it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you for joining me again today. Today I have got the card to go with the thank you gift that I am sending to my customers who shop with me in October. This, you may remember, is the little gift that I am sending, and this is the card. Now, I'm doing a bit of cross between Christmas and thanks, because obviously I'm sending a thank you card, but I want to use the Signs of Santa designer series paper whilst we still have it, because it is getting very low in stock. So if you want it, please, 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 please order it now. We have been told that once it has gone out of stock, it is not going to be restocked. So, and that goes for the whole of the suite. So if you want anything from that suite, please, now. And remember, shopping with me in November is a perfect time to shop, because for every £30 you spend, you get an entry to my birthday draw, which is for a set of many marvellous markers. So this is a very simple card to make. It just uses designer series paper, one stamp, one ink pad, and obviously some card, but nothing particularly complicated. So it is simple stamping, which is going to be a bit of a theme. So we have got the basics here. So I've got a piece of Poppy Parade, in fact I've got two pieces, don't need two pieces, a piece of Poppy Parade cardstock, which I have cut in half and scored down the middle. Well, actually I scored it down the middle and then cut it in half, because that saves a job. That is going to be my card base. I've got a piece of standard Whisper White cardstock, and that I'm going to adhere to the inside of my card, because writing on Poppy Parade is not the easiest thing in the world. So I'm putting in a liner, and I'm just putting a little bit of liquid adhesive for that. I'm going to cough as well. I'm still definitely not fully over my flu. I am getting there, but it has left me with a rather irritating cough, which is interesting actually, because that's how it started. So fold my card base in half, get my bone folder, and there's my basic card. Then I've cut my, I should say that's 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. As is this. Don't worry about dimensions, they are always on the associated blog post, and that's immediately below this post, this YouTube video. So if you open the description bar below the video, you'll find all the links. So this is some of the Signs of Santa designer series paper. Sorry, Santa's Workshop, let's get it right. Santa's Workshop designer series paper, and again I'm going to adhere that with liquid adhesive. You could use snail, you could use tear and tape. I just happen to like my liquid adhesive, so that's what I'm going to use. So just pop that down. There we go. So that's that. Then I have got a piece of Whisper White cardstock. Now this is 1.5 inches wide. It's an arbitrary length. It happens to be 3 3/4. But it just needs to be long enough to take the stamp, and for the stamp to then be, for the piece to then be flagged at the end, and that will be just right. So this stamp is from the Warm Hearted stamp set. It's one of the host sets from the Autumn Winter catalogue, which means you get it for free, and for free is always what we like. It's great. It's going to last you forever, so it's got Halloween, Christmas, thanks, which is great for any time of the year, and cheers to the new year, plus some iconography. So if I pop that down, I can then flip my, flip my magnet apparently, flip my plate across, because I'm going to use the Stamparatus, because when I'm doing mass production, the Stamparatus is my friend. Let's make sure that's all in the shot. I've changed my setup. It's never a good idea to change your setup, particularly when you're not well. But there we go. I've changed my setup. So I don't actually need my magnet, because this is just one piece of stamping. So I'm going to put my card up in the top corner. I've got my stamp case below my Stamparatus plate, because that means this is then flat. I've got my Poppy Parade ink pad, and just ink up my image, and then flip that over and stamp, and just make sure that that is well stamped. I always like it when it comes up with the stamp, because that means it is well stamped. And then I've got myself a new chamois, which I've cut in half, because for the Stamparatus it's a really good size if it's in half. The full size is great for the Stamparatus, but I think just a half sheet of chamois is perfect. And cut it in half, and then pop it in a half wood case, and it fits really nice and snugly, and then when you need to you can rinse it out. And I've kept the instructions so that my class members can see how to use it, and then that sits really nicely on my work desk. So that is our image duly stamped, and if you haven't already seen the new grid paper for the Stamparatus, and there's a case coming, just saying. So more on that soon, because I have mine on its way as we speak. So I've got the triple banner punch, so called because it's got 3 layers of guides. So we've got 2 inches, 1.5 and 1 inch. Because this is 1.5, it slips nicely in there. And I'm actually going to put it in the other way up so I can see the other side, because what I want to do is make sure I don't cut the S off, otherwise it'll just be thank, which is not quite the same. So that's that. You could obviously just flag the end, by which I mean, let's get a scrap. You could do it manually, so you can just cut up to in the middle and then cut towards that point, and that way you get a nice flag. But obviously if you've got the triple banner punch, that's a great way to go too. So grab my card and my glue. Because I've got a new setup, everything is in a slightly different place and I'm losing things just for a change. So liquid adhesive, and just pick that up, preferably without getting liquid adhesive all over my fingers. And I'm just going to pop it down here so that it is slightly off the designer series paper, because that way it looks meant. If you line it up not quite right, it doesn't look meant. And there we are. So here are the first 5 of my thank you cards for my October customers, and they will be going out in the post any moment now. Apologies again for the fact they've gone out late, but on stage and flu didn't really help. Thank you very much indeed for watching. If you want to purchase any of the products, particularly, as I say, the sorry, let's get my light slightly better, particularly anything from the Santa's Workshop suite, that is really under threat at the moment. As you probably know, we've already lost the Joyous Noel Designer Series paper, which is so sad because I love it. So don't miss out on other items that you may want. And right the way through until the end of November, if you shop online with me and you use the host code, you will get, for every £30 you spend any time in November, you will get an entry into my birthday prize draw. So it really is a great time to shop with me, so that you get the chance to win a set of many marvellous markers. Thank you very much indeed for watching. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you don't already subscribe, please hit the subscribe button. If you don't subscribe to my newsletter already, please pop over to my blog, which is linked immediately below, and you'll find how to sign up to that there. And then you get to hear all about any upcoming offers or any discounts that I'm offering or goodies that I'm giving away. I am hoping to start Facebook Live come the new year, because my work schedule will change in that I won't be working anymore. Hurrah! So I'll have a bit more time to do things like Facebook Live and all that good stuff. And I'm also going to be looking at potentially doing tutorials for sale. So do keep an eye on that, and tutorials for sale will be available for overseas as well as UK. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you and seeing you again soon. Bye!